Hey, what's up, bubs? Welcome to the Basic Concept. In this video, I will be covering how to read stocks, stock charts, and basically what all of this stuff means. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. If you do find this information useful, a like is appreciated. Now, I will be using E-Trade, but the info should be similar no matter who your broker is, but it may look different based on your broker and also your settings. Let's start with a snapshot. Now this is the first page you will see. Let's break it down. So at the top you'll see that the market that is traded on, in this case is NASDAQ, shows the ticker or the symbol for the company, the name of the company, and then right below that we'll see the sector on the industry that is part of, in this case technology. These tabs right here allow you to choose different things you can look at. I'll go over each one. Now this blue bar that you see right here isn't always going to be there. It's usually something major like earnings in this example. This next section gives you a high-level overview of what happened today. The last price a trade was executed at, the change for the day, bid and ask, which is basically the buyer's price and the seller's price. Bid is what the buyers are bidding on the stock, and ask is what the sellers are asking for it. For example, if you place an order right now, it won't execute at the last price. It will execute at what the sellers are asking for, unless you specify what price you want to pay for it, and in that case, the order will execute when that price is available. The day's range and volume is pretty self-explanatory. Just shows you the high and low and how many were bought and sold. Next section shows where the stock's opening price was for today, where it closed yesterday. The year range or the 52-week range shows it was the lowest on January 3rd at $142 and the high was October 14th at $238.14. EPS or earnings per share is a company's profit divided by the amount of shares over the time indicated, typically the last 12 months. PE ratio is price over earnings. So the current price of the stock divided by company's trailing 12-month earning per share. Next is the earnings date where they disclose what these values can be, and for Apple is 10/30 of 2019. Let's move on to the right side. You'll see market cap or market capitalization. This basically tells you what total value of the company is based on the outstanding shares. In this case, $1.1 trillion. You can do the math yourself if you want to, since it does show you how many shares they have outstanding and multiply it by the current price per share. Beta is a little bit complicated since it's a measurement of the stock's volatility. It's compared to the market's volatility, so I'll cover this in a minute when I go over charts. Dividend yield is the percentage of what the stock is paying out currently compared to the cost of acquisition. The actual dollar amount is decided by the company usually quarterly. That number doesn't change, but the percentage can since the price of the stock can move up or down. Apple currently pays out 77 cents per share every quarter, which totals 1.3% of their current stock value. Now obviously this is paid out over the year. Ex-dividend states the last day you must have the share to qualify for the dividend. For example, if you own the shares and sold them on 8/8, you would not get the dividends. Or if you bought the shares on 8/10 or after, similarly you would not get any dividends. But if you did own the shares on 8/9, you would receive that 77 cents per share on 8/15. Let's go to the next tab, which goes over charts. Now here there are several configurations you can have for your chart, how it looks like and what information you want in it or on it. The basic layout is that you have the price of the stock or the fund on the right or left depending on what platform you're using. And on the bottom you would be showing the time, which can be selected from the top row from 1 day to typically 10 years, but some platforms allow you to see a custom chart as well. The E-Trade one, for example, lets you pick the exact dates to compare. Now your chart might look a little different depending on your settings and also the platform that you're using. Most platforms will, however, give you an option to change them to at least some of these three common ones. You can choose between mountain, candlestick, and open, high, low, close. Mountain charts gives you a quick view on what's happening with peaks and valleys. You can use the open, high, low, close, which shows you where the stock opened, where the highs and lows were, and where it closed based on your frequency or time frame. Now all charts are left to right, meaning in this case the little hyphen on the left shows where it opened for that frequency, and the hyphen to the right shows where it closed for that frequency. The middle line shows how much it moved in the chosen frequency. Candlestick just looks a little bit different, but it's very similar to the last one. It's still going to show you the high, low, and the open and close. Those are going to be the three main or the most used ones you'll see. Now between them, the easiest one to use for beginners is the open, high, low, and close one. The bottom part of the chart is very self-explanatory. It just shows you the volume of trades and the frequency that you chose above. Now in this area you can compare the stock or the ETF that you're looking at with Dow, Nasdaq, and S&P 500 by just clicking the boxes. This is a great way to easily compare how your stock or fund is doing compared to the market. Ideally, you would want it to outperform the S&P 500. Additionally, you can compare it with industry peers. You can do other comparisons to indexes, sectors, fixed incomes, commodity, and even currency rate. And if that's still not enough for you, you can even add your own company or any company that you want to compare it to for a custom comparison. The Apple stock doesn't have that much movement to it. It has some highs and lows, but overall it's a steady stock. Let's compare that to AMD, for example. The beta for AMD, for example, is 2.2 compared to Apple was 1.4. What this means is how much the stock price deviates or fluctuates compared to the market. If the stock is the same as the market, its rating should be 1.0 or very close to it. The higher the number, the more volatile the stock is. If the number is negative, that means typically that the stock is still volatile, but the price has been dropping. The news tab, pretty self-explanatory. It just shows you the company news or any news that might be related or affecting the company. Options will be covered in another video. It's very complicated, but if you want, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss it. Analyst research tab is basically what the experts are saying, whether it's to buy a stock, hold it, or sell it, and then sometimes they'll give an explanation of why. Just keep in mind that you're reading somebody's opinion, and as you can see, there's plenty to choose from. The other tool I personally love using is Yahoo Finance. It has lots of additional info for the company, although I must say that this page is now full of ads and links and other nonsense. While I was waiting for the page to load, I couldn't really get a video version of it to be done, so I gotta stick with a static. But I was counting, there were 17 ads on this page every single time it refreshes. Anyways, if you can get past the extremely long loading of the page because of all the ads, you can put the stock ticker in the search bar. This will give you similar info to E-Trade, but you can get even more details on the statistics tab like revenue, cash and cash flow, debt, profit margin, and if you want to know even more about the company, you can see the main people running it. You can click on their profile or location. You can even see the number of employees they have and a general overview of what the company is about. Additionally, if you really want to nerd out, you can even look at their balance sheet or their income sheet. And that's it for the video. Let me know what you think of this video in the comment section below. Like and subscribe. I post new videos weekly. Additionally, if you want me to cover a specific topic or answer your specific situational question, you can email me directly. My email is in the description. And finally, if you want to pick up some free stocks and other goodies, check out my referral links below. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.